Hello guys, this is Peter from Team Kingslayer Cards, back with you once again. This time because you asked for it in the comments, I'm bringing you a deck profile for Leading Joker Post History Collection. I'm doing it with Messiahs because I thought it was the best chance he had. With that being said, I'm going to start with the deck profile, and at the end I'll be giving you my thoughts on it. Let's begin. We're starting with Neon Messiah as the starter, and we're playing the ticket version of it alongside with a Sleep Messiah. The ticket says that the original attack of your grade 3 cards with Messiah in its card name becomes 13k, including the hearts. Then during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater card with Messiah in its card name, all of your units get 5k for each card face up in your G zone, and then at the end of your turn unlock all of your opponent's cards and bind those cards. We're gonna start with 4 Volcagoat. Volcagoat is a big beat stick. We're gonna be playing Force 2 in the deck, so he's the card to push. Then we're gonna be playing 4 Alter Ego Messiah. This is the Strider. We're not playing the one with the crest because we need this one in order to gain first stride while our opponent's a grade 2 with the Judgment Messiah stride. Then we're playing 4 Heal Guardians. Heal Guardians are very important to help us defend from the onslaught of attacks that a lot of decks can perform now before getting to grade 3s, especially if we go second. Then we're going on a grade 2s with Gastrodor, and this card is the one that helps us get our Volcagoats into the field. After he attacks, he Counter Blast 1, you grab a card from your hand, place it on rear as a log card, and then you draw a card. So he's the one that helps us early on get the Volcagoats on the field. Moving on, we're playing 4 Infrared Swallow. This is the promo card that we just recently got. This is the right fixer. If you don't have the grade 1 when you start, you can pitch it before riding and look at the top 5 cards and grab a grade 2 or lower card and put it into your hand. Then we're going with 4 Lady of the Black Dwarf, and she's pretty much a self-locker and also helps us draw cards to put into our hands, gain more advantage. Moving on into our grade 1s, we're playing the one and only Sleep Messiah, and I'm playing this one as a proxy, but we're really playing the new one that came out in the Chronoject Stride deck set for Overdress, which says that if you ride this card on top of Neon Messiah, then you draw a card and you gain a stride ticket. Then I'm playing 3 Lady of the Black Dwarf. She helps us look for a grade 3. We're only playing that Alter Ego Messiah aside from the Heal Guardians, so she helps us search for the grade 3 that we need in case we don't start with it. Then I am playing 3 Dunamis Messiah. Dunamis Messiah is very important because he helps us extend our plays during the attack phase. He just gets us more attacks, and his effect is after he boosts, you Soul Blast 1 and he'll lock himself, and you'll unlock a locked card on your rear, and he gives the unit 4k. Then I'm playing this Destiny Dealer, and I'm using it as a strike fodder right now. I was planning to use it to switch between grade 3s because I was planning to play both Alter Egos, the V version and the D version, but I decided not to. But if you find a better card to replace him, like, you can be my guest, but he's still good as a strike fodder. Then moving on with our triggers, I'm going with 4 Draw PGs, self-explanatory. I'm going with 4 strike crits. We're striding a lot in this deck, so. Then I'm going with this other crit, which is the go into soul, draw a card, plus 10k to the Vanguard. And I'm doing this one because he goes into the soul, and we play a lot of cost with the soul, so he's very useful in that sense. And the best over trigger of all, Elder Breath. You can use the new one if you want. I haven't tried it that way, but I still prefer this one over it. That's your choice. Moving on with our G Zone in our extra deck, I'm gonna start with our G Guardians, and I am playing 2 Big Ripper. That's the last G Guardian that we got. You Soul Blast 1, and you lock 1 or more cards in your back row, and it gains 10k. If you lock 2 or more, you draw a card. Then I am playing 1 Cosmo Wreath, and Cosmo Wreath basically is Counterblast 1. Your opponent locks a card in their back row, and it gains 5k. And these are the only 3 G Guardians that I'm running. I didn't find any need for any of the other ones because most of them suck anyway. And yeah. Then for our strides, I'm running the 1 Harmonics Messiah because if you go second, you can reveal it. This is the retrained version one. You reveal it and you gain 20k shield ticket. Then these 2 stride proxies will be Judgment Messiah, which is the new retrained stride that says if you're a grade 3 and you didn't get any gift markers this turn, you can pay the cost for stride. You stride him, and then it says cost. You can flip a copy of itself, and then you gain 2 gift markers on your side of the field. Then on top of that, his unhit ability is no longer unhit. He just goes off no matter what, and he just says after 8 attacks, just lock 1 of your opponent's rear guards. And of course that rear guard is going to be unlocked at the end of your turn because of your stride ticket, and it's gonna be bound. Then I'm playing 3 Cosmic Dawn, just a good stride overall. You can either refill your hand with it or make extra attacks. That's just it. Then I'm going with 1 Excelix. I like this Excelix better because it gives 10k to the front row. It restands rear guards in the back that they didn't restand because they didn't lock themselves or whatever, and he gains a crit. My friend Hard Ali, he's a Messiah player, one of the best, and he likes the 01. I prefer this one. It's your choice at the end of the day. But Ali also recommended this card. He was absolutely right. Integral Messiah. He is the one basically that just helps you reset your opponent's hand if they gain massive hand advantage. When you stride this, both you and your opponent put 5 cards, all your cards back into your decks, shuffle it, and then draw 5 cards. So he's very good to clear the hand out of your opponent. Then I am playing this Amnesty. This can be whatever you want. I just didn't find anything else useful to play. This, you can put more G guards if you want. You can put the GV8 because you can actually use it. You get to it pretty fast, or you can put other strides in it. That's your choice. The one I am playing though is Trans Ls. This one is in case, you know, like for those decks that build a large field, especially Excel decks. You can massively lock their field. And also in case you face a Link Joker player and they lock your stuff, this will reverse the tide of the battle. And last but not least, Barrio, and for those Excel decks, you know, and well, not just Excel decks, for decks overall that just gain like a bunch of markers on one turn. Just thinking about Pale Moon at the moment, maybe Aqua Force, MLB that gains like 3 markers as well. Like all those decks that gain you markers like early on, especially now if your opponent goes first and they create like a lot of markers going first. I'm thinking about golds too. If they don't have a PG and you go into this, you pay the cost by flipping a card from your G zone, and you blow up all their markers, whether it's on the field or in their hands, and this will gain 10k in a crit for each one of those. And if they don't have a PG, it could be GG. So with that being said, guys, at the end of the day, I gotta say the deck is okay. I liked it. It's fun to play with. I won about half of my matches, about 50% win rate with it, but I honestly didn't like it. I didn't feel it built enough hand, or as much hand as the pure Messiah build. I still think the Messiah Deleter is the best build out of all the Link Joker ones, and the strongest, to be honest. I felt that the strike ticket is not a big factor because the meta is so fast right now that it doesn't let you get to like late game to make your rear guards massively huge towards the end, which is basically the one thing that it does. The binding thing is not so relevant either, and draw one extra card of a Sleep Messiah, it just doesn't compensate for everything you lose playing like a pure Messiah build. Can you make it work? Yes. I just want you to understand that this is probably like a blueprint for you to build upon. You know, if you didn't know how to start a Messiah deck post history collection, this is probably the best way to go. I can tell you that this is the most consistent version that I made, in the fact that I never missed to ride a Sleep Messiah. It was always there, constant. When I was building it, I thought I was gonna miss my ride, but I didn't. It kept that consistency at least, but I just didn't feel it was enough. The biggest issue that I have is making vocal gold stick to the field. There's a lot of heart removal like early on before opponents get to their grade 3, so they can just get rid of it easily, and then when I get to my grade 3, it's just very hard to get vocal gold back on the field. And if I do get him, I am losing 1 to 2 attacks just because I gotta call him locked on the field and then wait for him to attack towards the end. So it's not like the most ideal thing to do. Other than that, if you make a better build than this, let us know in the comments. Show us your deck log profile. Maybe we'll showcase it here on the channel and we'll give you a shout out. Thank you for sticking with us. Remember guys, that on August 12 and 13, I believe, we're having a tournament in Lakeland, Florida, over there in Dex and Dice. It'll be overdress on Saturday and then premium on Sunday, and premium has a payout of $1,000 for top cut, and it will be no over trigger for that tournament, sponsored by Kingslayer Cards, of course. And then those people that top will gain also an invitation for the 2K invitational that we're doing later on this year as well. With that being said guys, thank you for sticking with us. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe, and click on that notification bell so you can be up to date with all of Kingslayer Cards videos. If you have any needs for any supplies, for any cards, go to www.kingslayercards.com. Thank you for sticking with us. Peace.